Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Hey, V Rose. I knew you was gonna show up, girl. How are you? How was your Sunday so far? Mine is okay. I was super tired at work last night. I left a little early. They took a point and I did what the lady told me. After I left, I went in and replaced it with time, and then the point went away. So I got my money, and I'm way up here. I didn't realize. I ain't never been back here. Oh. Anyway, I'm just driving. I forgot it was a Chick-fil-A down here. This is like right down the street. Yeah. So everything's good. I did leave work because I was so sleepy. Man, I was so sleepy on the way home. I was praying. I'm like, God, please help me stay awake, Lord. Please help me stay awake, because I thought I was about to just go to sleep. And then I figured out, because it gave me like 5.5 hours, but I'm on the schedule for 6, and now I got to go investigate because it's saying I was a 30-minute break, and I'm like, I ain't taking no 30-minute break. Basically took 30 minutes of pay, so if I'm supposed to have a 30-minute break that I'm not getting paid for, guess what? I'm going to be on that break. So that means my break's supposed to be like 3:15 to 3:45, it says. Nevertheless, I can leave at 6 o'clock instead of 6:30. So I only had to use 27 minutes of my time. Hey, double. What's going on? I'm out here in these streets. No, I'm just kidding. I ain't in the streets. I just left church. I woke up. Church started at 10. I looked at the clock. It was like, the last time before that, I looked at the clock. It was like 7 something, I think. And then the next time I looked at the clock, it was like 10:14. And I'm like, it felt like I had just shut my eyes. And so I ain't even been back here. I'm tripping. The outlets. So I'm like, forget this. I turned on church online, so I'm about to go to church. So I just jumped up and hurried up and got ready because I really needed to go to church. Sometimes you really need that fellowship. Sometimes you really need someone else pouring that word into your spirit. Your pastor, or, yeah, we do it for each other, but just to be in fellowship with your brothers and sisters. And I miss the music, and that was okay, because I'm a person that don't like to miss the singing, but I did not care today. I was gonna get to, dang, now I wish I would have had my flip-flops. I can't even get out and walk because I got on heels like some crazy lady. Hi. I can't see your name. Let me do what I need to do, and I know I need to do. Put on the specs. FIFA? I think that says something like that. Yeah, so I went to church, and it was a good sermon. The title of it was, We Got to Grow Up. And what have I been talking about? Me not growing in the space I'm in and all that stuff. I said, okay, it's a good thing. But what really happened last and double, when I tell you I found a video, I got to figure out how to clip it. I found that video where I was saying what I was saying to you. At least one of them, because I know it was multiple times we said things to you. But this one, my mouth dropped. My mouth dropped open. I was like, oh my God. But I was like, boy, that was a prophetic word. If I ain't never heard a prophetic word, oh my goodness. Talk about spot on. I had no idea. But Yeah, I was listening. I had started back listening. I went in my playlist because I got my playlist on here, and I got like my different videos broken down in like maybe I don't know how many. I think it's like I got 12 videos in each playlist, but they're all my videos from when I first started. And oh, Banana Republic. And I started listening to one of the playlists last night, and what I would say is it was like my enthusiasm was so on fire. You know what I'm saying? My delivery was so on point. You know, um, my messages were dope. You know, and not saying that I don't talk about good things now, but I do feel a little disheveled in this space now, and I'm like, man, I was teaching myself something listening to myself, if that makes sense. I know Double can relate because I know he goes back and watches his own videos. But the biggest thing that I can say, I always said, I'm here. Whether I'm here to speak to 121 or 81, I am commanded to press play and talk. I said that every video. I'm reminded, I'm commanded to press play and talk. So when I come here, it's just I'm here for a reason. There's a purpose for my being here. There's someone that needs to hear something I'm saying, whether it's the whole thing or a piece of a thing. Somebody needs it. And sometimes you just need that little reminder to give you that little push to get back in it. Be like, get back in the fight, champ. Get back up. Get back up, champ. So I had me a get back up champ moment at work while I was inducting into the machine. Man, I had my earbud in the whole time. My machine didn't mess up or nothing. It was a smooth thing. None of them stupid commands that be coming on the robots came. Because I just knew it was going to start jacking up. Because, But, man, I had some good stuff back then, In your spare time, go and check out my playlist. It was pretty good, but the enthusiasm is what I noticed most. It was like I would be so hype. You know what I'm saying? Like I would be in the house literally. Let's say this is my laptop. I have on my shoulder, like how we used to put our big radios on our shoulder back in the day. I had my my laptop on my shoulder. It had like an island because I had an open concept apartment. So it was like an island in the middle. And I would be just walking in a circle, just going in. Double was there, He was always there. Realist was there. I think Realist came a little bit later though, but in the very beginning, crunk to the point I would have to take moments and be like, hold on, let me calm down. This one particular video, I had gotten the revelation about doing it big. I was so hyped on that video that I got hyped at work. You know what I mean? But like everything I do, I'm doing it big. Anytime I introduce myself, I'm going to introduce myself as, hi, my name is Jamaica Shear. I am your short hair specialist. How may I serve you? Where is she? That's the question I have for myself. Where is she? She's right here, but I needed that reminder. Hey, Gary. Boy, every time I see that, say to the hostess, I think it say to the haters. I'm like, what haters? But yeah, man, it's like in everything that we do, sometimes we got to get back to the basics, Gary definitely was there. He knows. Thank you. Thank you. He knows how I was. You know what I'm saying? We used to be so... How did we come up with Busted Down Brown? And I had a whole song that went with that. And me and Atmosphere, I was Gary's manager, and then Atmosphere was security, and then he snuck out. I mean, we was just having so much fun, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, I'm back. I'm back. I don't care if I got to come on while I'm going to work or if I have to catch a 30-minute like in between like I'm doing right now. I am reminded that I am commanded to press play and talk. The video I heard last night, Gary, is when I was first telling you like, and you're gonna start a page and this, da, da, da. It was before you started your page and everything. That that video was so prophetic. What I told Double in there was, because I got to go on my computer and see if I could clip that out. But what I had told Double was, Double, you had to go through all that so that people would know who you are. I'm like, everybody know you, everybody like you. I said, I see people, I said something to the effect of, I see people starting to say, who he think he is, some kind of preacher. Well, I was like, what? and that let me know there's another video where something was being said to him, and I'm gonna run into it eventually, because what I'm gonna keep doing is listening to those old videos. But if that ain't the truth, what is? Gary got his channel, though he fought it. Man, Gary was one, we was on there arguing. You know how we going back and forth with our perceptions. I was like, this is so funny, just going back listening to those things, when I was building up to make my exit from South Carolina, my preparations, just going over the things that I feared, or when I thought, am I moving ahead of God? And I repented and said, all right, I'm all in now. So now can you help me? And it wasn't to say that I was moving ahead of God, but just in case, sometimes just in case, if you get ahead of God, it's okay to say, I repent, Lord. If I've gotten ahead of you, please forgive me. Now I ask you to step into this situation and take control. Show me the way that you will have me to go. If I am in error, Yeah, I got him before I could read what he said. We got to do that. You know what I mean? Like, that's having accountability for your own actions. And sometimes we have to repent for being inactive. If I know that I was commanded to press play and talk, and I'm not pressing play and talking, that's disobedience. You know what I'm saying? It's disobedience. I don't necessarily have to take an hour, 2 hours. But if I'm commanded to press play and talk, then the command is to press play and talk. Whether it's 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. A lot of times, thank you. Is your name Puke? Puke? Thank you. I'm not usually left speechless, but here's a time. But yeah, it's a new day. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we didn't do something we were supposed to do yesterday, day before, last week, last month, last year, it's a new day. Every day that we wake up above ground, it's a new day. So your name come from a lot of experience. Oh God, bless your belly. Um, every day is a new day. I need to wake up and live every day. Every day I have to wake up and decide, this is what I'm going to do. This is the day that I'm going to go out here and I'm going to find a new place to work. This is the day that I'm going to wake up and go and fill out these job applications. This is the day that I'm going to go and enroll in school. Whatever applies to your life. Every day should be a day that you set forth to do something that's going to fulfill your purpose, not only make your life better, but also fulfill your purpose. Because obviously, when you're driven to do something, a lot of time, not all the time, a lot of times it's a part of your plan, your purpose. So the time that we spend not doing those things is the time that we spend, I believe, in stagnancy, in trying to figure out what's my purpose, because we're overlooking the main thing. The main thing was, you need this certificate, so you got to go to these classes. Um, you need this increase. Excuse me. You need this increase in income, so you need to apply for this job because it pays you $5 more than what you're making now. Um, whatever. It's like we have to come out of that place of, I think sometimes we get complacent. I don't think it's ever cool to be comfortable where you are when we possess so much more inside of us. When we become comfortable, I think that's where we stun our own growth. It's not necessarily as a result of something someone else is doing. It's not a result of the enemy. It's a direct result of you and I not doing. If I don't do something, it doesn't happen. You know what I'm saying? School don't sign up for itself. That job application don't fill out itself. But a lot of times we'll sit there and literally not do something and then claim the devil busy. Half the time, devil is doing nothing to us. We'll give him the credit, but it's really us. You know what I'm saying? When we're not doing what we're supposed to do, what we should do, and all that stuff, the devil absolutely has zero need of you. He doesn't have to come in and try to make you not go and do what you're supposed to be doing, because you're not doing it. So you're a waste of his time. He's going to go and try to get that person that's standing on business, that's going after everything that God has showed them to go after, that's trying to use every gift that God has placed on the inside of them. That's the person that the devil is coming to kill, steal, and destroy. Not the dead man walking. Not the procrastinator sitting over there still not doing what he said he was going to do 5 months ago. You don't have no need of you. So all you people, all of us that's like that, saying, I'm going to go. I'm going to go next month. I'm going to go next month. I promise you, the devil is not knocking on your door. You're doing his work for him. You're doing his work for him. So it's like, come on, man. Let's just remember the main thing. If you've gotten away from whatever it is, it could be if you've gotten away from God, get back to him. If you've gotten away from focusing on your goals, get back to him. If you've gotten away from just your purpose, get back to it. It's never going to be too late, because your purpose is your purpose. Your journey is your journey. God is always there. It's us that stop. It's us that give up. It's us that take these weird breaks. I think a lot of times we take breaks right before that point where there's something significant about to happen. And it might be something we're expecting, but then we fall into a depression because it didn't happen. But what really happened is we didn't move through that last push. That last push that felt heavy on us, that last push that seemed like you was getting beat up. We didn't push through that thing, so therefore we didn't see that significant change, that significant upgrade that we were trying to see. You gave out, you tapped out in the push. So when you tap out in the push, you never know what's like giving birth. You have contractions and all that good stuff. Us women who've had children, we understand these things. But the only way that baby is coming out is the push. Yes, it hurt like hell, but you can't stop pushing. If you stop pushing, you're not going to get that baby out there. Then you're going to have to go through some other process to get that thing out of there. And that's what happens to us when we give up in the push. Pushing through those rough times, those rough patches, pushing through the doubt, pushing through the fear, or whatever it is that we're not willing to push through, that we purposely do not push through. Those things are what's needed to push us into the next phase of our purpose, the next level of what we're doing. We're not at the end, but I believe there's going to be different phases to everything we're doing. When I'm here in this space, I have these things to do, then it's complete. But right before it's complete, there's that thing that starts pressing on you because the completion is here and you're here. What the enemy is doing is this. No. Mm-mm. And what you do is saying, man, it's too hard. I stop. And you stay here for a year. We need to push past that resistance. You know, if somebody came out and grabbed you, you're going to fight like hell to get away from that person. And you're going to run. So that's what we need to do when we feel that resistance in whatever we are striving to do. You have to fight like hell to get through that space, to get to where God is taking you to. Because I think there are delays. I believe, I ain't gonna say I think, I believe that anytime we have self-inflicted delays, we what's the word? When we have self-inflicted delays, we have people, okay, we have people that we are assigned to. So when we have those delays, those people that we are assigned to that are on the other side of that push, they're held up. Because whether you believe it or not, we all possess something for someone else. Our testimony has jack little to do with us. It prepared us for life. It gave us character. It gave us fight. It gave us our tools. But we do all of that to share it with someone else. Yeah, you had to go through it, but now you're equipped to help somebody else either get through it or avoid it. You have what it takes to help them get through it or avoid it because of your testimony. You know, sometimes we get to share parts of our testimony and just, what is this lady doing? Honey, you need a car because you don't know what you're doing with that truck. Yeah, we get moments where we're able to share parts of our testimony. And I don't know if you guys ever experienced it, but somebody be like, you know what? I've been thinking about that. You really helped me. You know, that's why a lot of people don't even like to share their story. They're ashamed, embarrassed, guilt. Those are things that come to kill, steal, and destroy. You can't be ashamed of things you've gone through because you went through it for a reason. It might not have been pretty, but if you came out, then it's for somebody else. Like the things I've experienced, the good, the bad, and the ugly, I'll shout it from the mountaintop when I'm supposed to. You know, no, I'm not going to just sit here and just start like, well, when I was 8, this happened. And then when I'm 10, we don't have one testimony. We have several testimonies. If you've been here for any amount of years, you have several testimonies, you know, especially us past 25, 30, 40, 50. You know, some of us always say, I don't know how I made it, or I don't look like what I've been through. That's the thing that helps people, is when you're able to say, I've been through this. And they say, wow, you don't look like you dealt with any of that. Their testimony is to show somebody else that gotta bring you out, gotta keep you, gotta make a way. You don't have to be looking like you got beat up by life, but you do have to keep going through life. You can't stop living. You can't stop doing what God says to do. You can't give up on your hopes and your dreams, you know, because of a little test meant to be taken and passed, you know. And we fail tests. We definitely fail tests. So those tests that are failed, you figure out, okay, why did I fail this test? You go back in and then you pass it the next time. You know what you did the first time, you know what not to do the next time. Let me see what y'all been seeing. Brother. Iman. Hey. I don't know why this glare. I used to think it's my glasses, but now that it's daytime, it's something. I guess because of the way this vertical is set up, I can barely see the letters. It made me feel like my glasses don't work. A little red. BB. Hello, everyone. If I missed you and didn't see you, how y'all doing? Thank you for pulling up on me today on this fine Sunday. You know, I had an amazing time at church. I feel good. And I was just telling everybody, what about Rachel? She's been around. Is she in here? I don't think she's in here, but she's been around. And she's still, I still see her on Instagram, so she's a good, I'm going to say. Yeah, I just had a good time at work. At church. And I'm so glad I went, you know. Even though I was late, I got there. Even though I had to park like a half a block away and walk there in these heels, I got there. Why are you waiting in this place? What are you talking about? I don't know what happened, but I will pray for them as well. Diane was in here last night. Well, she good. I talk to her every day. That's my girl. I talk to Diane every day, so she's good. Why am I in what place? Yeah, Diane was in here last night and the night before. I do. I am, eventually. I'm going to meet Red Rose. Hey, Missy B. I'm going to meet Diane. Yeah. Man, y'all don't understand. I have great friends from social media. I have a friend right now. I met her when her daughter was 2. Now she's 15. One of my bestest. But yeah, y'all, we got to get back to the main thing. And this the title of the sermon today. We got to grow up. And it was really based on how the body of Christ is fighting against each other, operating in pettiness, preaching over the pulpit other things beyond Christ, you know, their political views, and trying to force them on other people, and clapping back at the ones that's calling them to the fire for, you know, all this mess that God ain't in. It doesn't matter if you said it from the pulpit. That don't mean God is in it. Anytime you're doing anything that causes division, confusion, and all that good stuff, conflict, none of those things say God. So you could be the pastor of the biggest church. If you up here screaming to the top of your lungs about people's votes and pro-choice and all this stuff, you're not operating in a godly spirit. You're sowing discord. So I was telling somebody the other day, asked me if I had a Discord. No. There's nothing good about Discord. I don't care what you try to take in your Discord. You can take some roses and some peaches and cream, and they still gonna turn into rosy boo-boo. I almost said it. It's gonna be some smelly rosy boo-boo. But I recognize today that it's easy to get off your square. It's really easy. It's easy to somewhat forget. It took for me to start listening to them videos. And Gary been saying it in here this week. Press play and talk. Press play and talk. He know I said that every day, you know. I wasn't operating from a press play and talk. Yeah, I felt like I needed to talk and I wanted to talk. I'm not saying my lives haven't been from the heart or meaningful, but sometimes you have to remember the source. You know, it started with, I am commanded to press play and talk. So my thing is to get back to obeying that command. because I was on something. As much as it is to help someone else, it was helping me. It was a part of my growing experience. It was a part of my elevation. It was a part of my walk with Christ. It was a part of my getting to know exactly who I am, what I possess. When I listen back to those videos, it's like, this girl really talking. Let me act like I don't know who I am. Oh, she really talking. What's her name again? Oh, damn, that's me. That's how I felt. Oh, damn, that's me. Sorry, you think, yo, it don't stink. Remember that song? Roses really smell like boo. Ooh, ooh. That's what the Discord is. A rosary boo boo session. I don't know, y'all. I feel rejuvenated. I'm very, very happy that I went to church. I know a lot of people don't like going to church, and that's cool because we don't have to go to church. It resides in here. If you're in Christ, the church is here. You are part of this wonderful body. But me personally, I like to go to church. And I haven't really been going because of the way I've been working. It's so hard to get off 5:30, 6:30, and then get up and be to church at 10 o'clock. But I remember when I first started here, I would get off at 5:30. I lay down for an hour and I jump up and I would still go to church. I got to get my hunger back, my fire back. I found a church that actually preaches the gospel. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to be in church and my pastor's going to bring a politician on stage. I'm not going to be in church and my pastor's going to start talking about who I need to vote for. I'm not going to be in church and my pastor start throwing shots at his peers across the country. Because he keep the main thing. Jesus, the gospel of Jesus Christ. That's what we were supposed to be getting at church. It ain't supposed to be nothing else. We ain't supposed to be looking at what you wearing, talking about, baby, you can't wear that to church and all that stuff people be doing. That's the religious part of it, When you start making people feel uncomfortable because they're not like you or because they ain't quite where you are. You get into those religions and traditions. You gotta wear a slip, and I ain't wearing no slip. They too hot. Period. Now some body shapers. Yeah, some body shapers. That's another story. That don't have nothing to do with anything, but that's how my mind works. It's just random thoughts. Random thoughts. But I was definitely reminded that I am commanded to press play and talk. And I couldn't wait to get out of church so I could press play and talk because I wanted to come and talk to y'all and tell you guys you are enough, you are worthy, whether you think you are or not, you have it. You know what I mean? God put it on the inside of you. You have it. Don't think that you can't be of encouragement to somebody. Don't think you don't have a message for somebody. It doesn't have to be on a live. It could be a 2-second conversation in the grocery store. It's in there. Everything we have need of, it's in there. And I don't even think it's a thing of, just dig deep. It's a thing of let it flow. Let it flow. There was one video I was listening to, and it was just, I was talking about how, people criticize people that may have a word in their belly, as the old people say, or they don't look like maybe what they think fits the description of a person that should be speaking to anyone, because you look like a streetwalker. How dare you talk to me? But the point of it was, whatever you think you're not or you lack, gotta use it. You know what I mean? Here I am, a middle-aged woman, starting a whole new life in a whole new state. Sometimes don't know if I'm coming or going. Sometimes extra passionate. Sometimes just chill. I have flaws. I don't know everything. Probably lightweight dumb in some areas, but that's okay. I don't have to know everything. But just like that, God will use me. I cuss a little bit, I drink a little bit. I don't know the Bible backwards and forwards, but I love God. He'll use me. And if you're seeking perfection to be used by God, He didn't ask for your perfection. He asked for your yes. And those things that you think are imperfect, what He'll do is make them perfect for Him and still use it. If you're feisty and you got fire inside of you and you a fighter, knock a ninja out type person, what God to do is keep you that same way and use you as a prayer warrior. Let's say, the way you fight, you box in the street, He'll use you that same way. But what He'll do is change your heart so that you're not punching people, but you punching the devil in the forehead. Don't think you can change yourself, and don't think you have to change. God made each and every one of us the way we are for a reason. Now, is there improvements we can make? Absolutely. Things that we know we ourselves can do better and need to do better in. Because there's some things that I think we are responsible for. When you know right from wrong, there's things you're responsible for. You know better, you do better. But what I'm saying when I say, some people, I'm rough around the edges. I don't know. Let God take that roughness and use it, because I promise you, He'll use it and it'll be smooth as a baby's bottom when it reaches that person that He wants you to reach. Maybe that person won't relate to that person that's all polished and, Holy Spirit activate. Maybe that person won't relate to them, but they'll relate to you and your roughness because they still a little bit rough. God makes all things new. Once you receive Christ, you a new creature anyway. So regardless of the fact, He'll use you. He'll use you. There be people in the street, like literally in the street. I'm talking about criminals in the street. Let's say, a hustler in the street. Even those people have words for people. He'll use anybody. He's no respecter of person. So don't discount yourself thinking that you're not worthy and God wouldn't use you to help anyone, encourage anyone, because He will. Ask me how I know. Because here I am, this imperfect creature, admittedly, knowingly. But yet I'm willing. You know what I mean? I'm willing to, even when I'm not doing absolutely what I'm supposed to all the time, I'm still willing to tell you, hey, maybe I might be like, we shouldn't really do those things. I ain't gonna never come to you and be like, girl, you need to stop doing X, Y, Z. I'm just gonna tell you a story. It's not my job to make you stop. It's God's. It's only my job to relay the message. It's not my job to make you receive it. It's not my job to make you hear it. It's not my job to make you understand it. It's my job to share it. Period. I'm just kidding. I don't know why I keep wanting to say that. Yeah. That's all I wanted to do, was come on here and just hopefully encourage somebody. I hope something I said this afternoon has encouraged you, made you think, maybe lit a little fire under you, reminded you of something that you may have put on the back burner, or sometimes we just don't realize we're not operating in that thing that we set out to do because we have fallen into that space of complacency. It is what it is. Ain't nothing wrong, ain't nothing great. It just is. Sometimes we fall in that space of just is, and we come to shake you out today. I come to shake you out and tell you, pick it back up. I'll probably say this a lot. Get back up, keep going, share your story, tell somebody else something that could save their life, because you went through hell because you didn't know. You know what I'm saying? Operate in love, operate in kindness. It's too much hate out here in this world. It's too much hate in the world. I don't know where y'all been the last week, but this election has pulled them out. We have one side saying oh, they're racist and they're gonna do this and that. Yeah, if you did that, you would come. It's like everything that one side points out about the other. It's really like it's a mirror in between, and everybody looks the same. You know, just because you think you're right, don't mean you're right. It don't make you right. Just because you see the things that other people do wrong, it doesn't make you better than them. Because you could very well be the same. Because you will justify your behavior because you're calling it out. Just don't find yourself caught up in the web that other people are caught in because, you know, you got away from your main thing. I guess that's it, you know. Like I said, hopefully I said something today that resonated with you, encouraged you. If not, or you already got all this and you know somebody else that can use it, share. If you haven't hit the like button, hit the like button. If you aren't subscribed and, you know, you like to hear me talk, I'm just kidding. Or you want to hear me talk more, subscribe. Tell a friend, bring a friend. I am Jamaica Shearer, your short hair specialist, commanded to press play and talk. I'm just trying to be about my father's business today. I can't do anything else right now. You know what I'm saying? I don't have control. He does. And I surrender. He can have it. I don't do that good at it anyway. I do not do that. Whatever it is I think I be trying to do. So I'm just going to give it to the one that knows how to do everything and allow him to operate through me so that I can be successful, so that I can execute my walk for the plans that he has for my life and reach my promises by staying on purpose. You know, it ain't easy. I'm not going to do everything right all the time. I'm going to fall down, but I'm going to get up. I'm going to stay on that path. I'm going to keep going. And that's my encouragement for you. Keep going. Don't give up. Pick it back up. Don't doubt yourself. You got it. Keep going. You know, get back in the game, chimp. whatever. This is not a monetized channel. You're more than welcome to hit my Cash App. It is money sign her meekness, as in my name here on YouTube. That is definitely not most important for me. It is most important that I do what I'm supposed to do and you share. Yeah, that's what's most important. So until next time, I hope you all have a blessed remaining time of your Sunday. Spend some time with your family, watch some football, whatever it is you're going to do today, enjoy doing it because life is meant to be lived and enjoyed. We can't make a burden out of things that aren't meant to be burdens in our lives. So if you have a burden that you picked up, and I think the main burdens we pick up is other people's burdens, remember to help yourself first, because if you can't help yourself, you can't help anybody else. Do not take on other people's burdens because you will get whooped. And that person will still be there doing what they're doing, be moved on past it, and you're still carrying their dead weight. Let it go. And that counts for your children, them grown people that should know better by now and all that good stuff. Your mama, I don't care. Don't pick up nobody's burdens. I love y'all. Bye.